we are going to look at related trigonometric ratios in the four quadrants. What that means is, if we are given any trigonometric ratio cos, sine or tan for any one angle, we can use that to find the values of the same trigonometric ratio in the remaining three quadrants. Let's start with cos 80 equal to 0.174. 80 degrees is an angle in the first quadrant since it is an acute angle. So first we calculate what are the related angles in the remaining three quadrants. The related angles in the second quadrant will be 180 minus 80, 100 degrees. In the third quadrant, 180 plus 80, that is 260 degrees, and the related angle in the fourth quadrant will be 360 minus 80, that is 280 degrees. We were able to use the four quadrants to get three different angles that are related to the angle which is given in the question. The second step is to write the value of cos 100, cos 260 and cos 280. For that we will use the mnemonic all students take Cambridge. Using the mnemonic, cos is positive in the first and the fourth quadrant. So cos 280 will be 0.174. Cos is negative in the second and the third quadrant. So cos 100 degrees and cos 260 degrees, both of them will be negative 0.174. Let's look at the second trigonometric ratio. Here we are given sine 230 is negative 0.766. We again start with identifying which quadrant is which quadrant does 230 degrees belong to. 230 degrees lies between 180 and 270, so it belongs to the third quadrant. Before we do anything else, we need to find the acute angle associated with 230 degrees. So we do 180 plus theta is 230 degrees. So theta will be 230 minus 180, which is 50 degree. Once we have theta, so we have this angle which is in the third quadrant and this angle which is in the first quadrant. Now once we have this acute angle, we can find the remaining two angles, that is the angles in the second quadrant and the fourth quadrant. The angle in the second quadrant will be 180 minus 50, that is 130 degrees, and the angle in the fourth quadrant will be 360 minus 50, that is 310 degrees. The second thing that we have to do is find the value of sine 50, sine 130 and sine 310. Sine is positive in the first and the second quadrants. So sine 50 will be equal to sine 130 degrees and both of them will be equal to 0.766. The positive value associated with negative 0.766. And sine 310 degrees, 300 will be negative 0.766 as sine is negative in the fourth quadrant. Now coming to the last one, tan 115 degrees. This is an angle in the second quadrant, it is an obtuse angle. So the first step again will be to find which is the acute angle related to 115 degrees. Acute angle will be calculated this way, as the angle in the second quadrant is 180 minus theta. If we solve this equation, we get theta equal to 65 degrees. Everything is very easy once we get the acute angle. So here in this case we have the acute angle and the obtuse angle, the two angles in the first and second quadrant. So the angles in the third quadrant 245 degree, and angle in the fourth quadrant 295 degrees. Tan theta positive in the first and the third quadrant. So tan 65 degrees will be equal to tan 245 degrees. Both of them will be the positive 2.14, and fourth quadrant tan is negative. So tan 295 degrees will be negative 2.14. This way we have seen how we can use, if any one angle is given to us, we can find the sine, cos or tan of the related angles.